So today we've been asked to talk about meat eating, and there are many ways to look at this. The physical effects it has, the effects that meat eating has on the environment is one of the major causes of environmental pollution. As most people know today, that meat eating can cause many diseases, but I want to focus on the spiritual effects of it, because in ancient Indian sacred literature, it's discussed that the eating of meat has certain effects on your consciousness. So there's certain things that you will not be able to feel and certain things you won't be able to understand if you're consuming meat. Now, those who are consuming meat might object to this. But if you are eating meat, what I would ask you to do to verify this experiment or this concept is don't eat meat for 2 weeks. Just go vegetarian and see how that affects your consciousness. Now, I've done experiments with this with many people, and I've asked them to do this. And the main response I get is when I stopped eating meat, I started to become sensitive to the pain that I was giving to the animals that I was eating, and I never felt that way in my entire life. So the sacred literature teaches that the sensitivity towards the life of another living entity is diminished or destroyed when we're consuming animal flesh. My spiritual master used to say, when he was asked about meat eating, he would simply say, if you were an animal, would you want to offer your body to another person? And the answer is obviously no. And so because if you were in that situation, you wouldn't want to do that, you should respect that animal. And many people argue against that. It doesn't make sense to them. But when they stop eating animals, they start to become sensitive to the pain that is being caused to animals. And it's just a principle of life. When you're involved in doing something, it's hard to be objective about it. But when you detach a little from something, then you can see it more clearly. So when you detach from the need to eat meat just to satisfy your taste, you start to understand the effects of meat eating on your own consciousness, on the environment, on the world.